You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life, facts of the facts of life, facts of. There's a time you got to go and show you're growing. Now you know about the facts of life, facts of the facts of life. Facts when the world never seems to be living up to your dreams, and suddenly you're finding out the facts of life are all about you. All about you. All about you. It takes a lot to get them right when you're learning the facts of life. Facts of life. Oh, while you're learning them, learning the facts of life.
Hey everyone, you're watching the Esperanza 243. Sorry, meant this. Let's see, today it is not a vlog, it is not karaoke, it is not, well, anything. I'm just going to be reading from my travel diary. Like I said in my last vlog, I told you guys that I would make a video of reading from my travel diary from when I wrote down all my dreams. So, ooh, I'm already in the middle of it. Oh, no, that's last year. Here we go. So, let's find out what kind of dreams I want to read to you guys. That one's kind of vague. But I actually remember certain parts of that. Nope, still vague. Here we go. Oh. Like I said in the diary, all I remember are bits and pieces. Ew, now this one took me all morning to write. I dreamt it on a Wednesday morning / Tuesday night. Of course, I learned from my psychologist that when you dream, it means your body's awake. Or what did he say yesterday? He said something about your body being awake or your body waking up. What was it? What was it? Body waking up. Your body's not, you're either not getting enough sleep or your body's either waking up, your body's waking up, or you've either, stop using the word either, you sleep too much and kind of wake yourself up not knowing it, I'm assuming. I'm not positive. I can't quite remember the wording my psychologist said. But it does kind of make sense. I mean, I've been having trouble sleeping. At the same time, I think I've been sleeping a little too much. Of course, I always have trouble trying to figure out a sleeping schedule for myself, you know, when to go to bed, when to wake up. Ugh. Alright, so this dream I had Tuesday night / Wednesday morning. Don't know specifically when. It's a pretty long one because it took me all morning to write. Wanted to make sure I got all the details. So I think I might have been vague on some spots. Okay, here we go. I'm in a city, either Seattle or some other big city. I'm zooming around, and so is a guy friend. Then we start zooming, flying. Flying without string, up in the sky, above the town, really above the streets. He suddenly zooms faster and disappears. For a while it was quiet. Well, except for the traffic noises. I hear his voice the next second. He sent a thought to me. Hey Allison, have you seen the entire blank? I can't specifically remember the word, but he said, hey Allison, have you seen the entire... It's beautiful. Up here. Oh, come up. It's beautiful. Come up here. It's beautiful. So I go to the tallest building of the city. I saw a big portion, but not the entirety. I flew higher. Too high, actually. I was above the clouds. Not that high, he told me, via thought. I nearly fainted. The next thing I know, there's painted photos of the city without the buildings. They look like photos, but they look like, digital. The next thing I know, there's painted photos of the city without the buildings. Some people point at them and talk. A woman and man point out where certain buildings are on different paths/roads. After a while, the scene changes to this beautiful mansion, or what felt like it was a castle. Angela Lansbury, aka Jessica Fletcher, owns it. From there, it's all magic and demons. It's actually pretty hard to describe what happened. I remember one part where someone, probably me, at least that's what it felt like, it was me, is flying around the mansion trying to get out as flying demons appear in every which way. In a secret room, two friends are trapped with a certain demon trying to get in. There are like 6 or 8 buckets of paint, but somehow 4 fall over and disappear. Here you go, in case you want to read along. There are like 6 or 8 buckets of paint, but somehow 4 fall over and disappear. They each pick up a roller and try to paint the partly painted black walls. And when I mean partly painted black walls, I mean there were only stripes of black paint. There were only stripes of black paint across the walls. As if someone tried, but couldn't do it. But after a few minutes, either the wet paint fades away or actually turns black. Parts of the ceiling is felt puzzle pieces. Yeah, parts of the ceiling is felt puzzle pieces. That soft, spongy stuff that you can cut through. There's like a part, I actually remember that specific part of the dream. There's like a part of the ceiling a corner of the ceiling where it's just all felt puzzle pieces. Really strange. The entire ceiling is somehow bendable, like the felt puzzle pieces, but they're not all. It's just one whole thing. Part of the ceiling isn't glued to it. The ceiling, I mean. There's like a flap of the felt puzzle. There's a flap that's like a felt piece that's actually pretty close to the corner of where the puzzle pieces are. part of the ceiling isn't glued to it. The ceiling, I mean. Weird, huh? The two friends get frustrated, and the painting they do just doesn't work. They talked to each other about things that frustrate them. As this happens, the two colors they had, green and red, I think, turns blue and actually stays permanent on the wall. It seems when they share the same feeling, the paint stays one color. The paint stays as one color and stays on the wall. It takes them a while to realize this. One of them tries, I actually remember kind of doing this myself because it was driving me nuts. One of them, or I should say me, because I felt like I was doing it, tries to use cheese and paint to stick that flimsy felt piece to the actual ceiling. Doesn't work, of course. And then in another part of that dream, there are three statues in the graveyard, which are real dead ancestors, come to life and try to kill Jessica. For some reason she can't die, so they use the spray to put her to sleep. It only works for a second. They spray her a few more times. It works for a few seconds. They spray her like 6 to 8 times. They spray her like 6 to 8 more times, I should say. That put her to sleep. Later on, she looks like a statue. Later on, she looks like a statue, but she's not made of concrete, like the others. There's chains on her too. The funny thing is, when the 3 statues came to life, they looked like what they would look like without the concrete. It's kind of creeped me out a bit. Meanwhile, some of the demons are trying to open some sort of gate. One of Jessica's daughters, I don't think she had any in the show, but she does in my dream, asks those demons, one of Jessica's daughters asks those demons what they're doing. He says he's gonna open a door to a kind of hell where it is permanent. No other kind of magic can stop someone after they enter there. No other kind of magic can stop someone. When I heard that, I had a feeling I could get someone out if I had to. Oh, sorry. You guys want to try to read along? You can just try to zoom in by doing full screen. I don't know if it'll work, but after that, I was in the room where the 2 friends were. Not physically, but, well, you know, that dream-like spirit kind of way, where you're not actually there, but you sense that you are there, watching over them. I wonder if that was for the astral. I think it was one of the friends, but it didn't feel like it, that got fed up and raised their hands with no paint roller. They seemed to have a pure heart, or innocence in their heart. Just lost my place. 'Cause the ceiling turned pink with merely the raised hands. They suddenly felt lifted and majestically moved their hands to the right, then forward, then left. Pink appeared on the walls to their left and right. There was some blue, too, going towards the wall they were facing. The wall they faced turned pink and blue, but the pink looked a lot like a person's face. Their friend was surprised at what was going on. They tapped her shoulder. I'm assuming it's a girl. I honestly don't know. But now that I think about it, I think it was a he. She opened her eyes and saw what she did. Her eyes widened. She looked behind her and saw an empty wall, the fourth wall. She thought for a few moments after turning around. Then, she moved her hands toward the wall. Pink and blue appeared and swirled around. It stopped, with pink curving up to the other two walls. Blue is placed above the pink. And that's where I stopped writing the dream. Now, let me check my status. Oh, snap! It's 15 minutes already. All I read was 3-4 pages. Well, that sure explains why it takes forever for me to read out loud one of my own books. And the shortest book I have, it takes me an hour to read. I would like to read one more. This one is actually one of my favorites that I've written, when I mean written, I mean actually had fun writing it down. That one I just read was kind of like a task maker thing, because I really wanted to get that. When I write down my dreams, I try to make sure I remember every single detail, but as it goes along, it kind of fades away, or I only remember bits and pieces of it. It really sucks when that happens. Alright, well, I'll try to squeeze this stream in during my next vlog. I'll write it down. Squeeze. Oh, come on. Squeeze in Island Dream. And no, it's not Dream Isle from Spot Kids 2. It's not that. Squeeze in Island Dream from 8/11. Alright. Instead I'm gonna squeeze it, instead of reading that one, I'm gonna read a different dream that I had on the last day of camp that week. Let's see. I had two dreams. I woke up a little after one and had trouble falling asleep. Nothing but some MP3 music could fix. One was a dream I had before, but it was much quicker than usual. Holy heck! Craig Ferguson was in it! Yes! And I actually do remember Craig Ferguson being in it. In that dream, I kind of remember at some desert place, but the desert place was actually in a room. I had to find something in the sand to. Never mind, skip it. Anyways, there was a part of it where Craig Ferguson was hosting and explaining something. I love Craig Ferguson. He's like he's like pretty much the only TV show host I watch. I try to avoid the others. Save Letterman. Okay, I gotta hurry. The other dream, frick, now I remember. It was of Shauna leaving early, which did happen in reality. Knew of it since Wednesday. But in the dream, sometime after we had a long, friendly hug, and she left, someone came and said something. Don't remember what he said, but I had a feeling Shauna had missed a scheduled meeting. And I also had a feeling it was some sort of duel. And I had a feeling it could only be with target type knives. Daggers? I decided to step in Shauna's place. Man, that duel was fierce. I got his stomach, somewhere to the upper left of that, my left, and somewhere to the lower right of the stomach wound. We couldn't take out the knives. That would have been a deduction. He got me a little below the stomach, opposite of the liver. He got me a little below the stomach, opposite of the liver, and right below my right ribs. His eyes widened. He was surprised I was still alive. That would have killed me. At least I think. I'm not positive. Pretty sure he would have been dead too. A few minutes passed because I was being distracted by reality. I threw a knife and missed his body. He sneered and made a rude comment. At least I think it was a rude comment. I couldn't quite hear him. That got me mad though. I flipped the knife in my hand, bump, and caught it nicely. Boink. No, with the handle. Then I flew it hard at him. It hit smack dab in his heart. He choked his gasp. I pulled out all the knives in me and healed my wounds with magic. It's kind of like Star Trek with that thing that scans the body, except it was with my hand. I healed myself. That's where I stopped writing it, but I actually remember more of that dream. I just hit my time mark, but I'm going to go ahead and talk more about that dream. I'm going to turn my computer off so I can... I'm surprised it's still going on. Anyways, the dream. I actually had to, after I healed my wounds, I came up to him and he stared at me. I mean, he wasn't totally dead yet. He still had some life left. I came up to him and pulled out the other, besides the heart one, I pulled out the others and healed his wounds. And then I knew I couldn't pull out the dagger that was in his heart, because that would kill him immediately. I didn't necessarily want him to die. That wasn't really the intention, but he really pissed me off with that comment. So I'm starting to remember what he said. But before I had an idea of what to do. I was going to use my healing magic and as I pulled the dagger out. But before I could even touch it, the guy spoke, and I realized he was speaking Spanish. At least I think it was Spanish. So, and since I couldn't remember anything from my high school years, I know I took Spanish my high school years, I just, for some reason, I couldn't remember any of it, because I never really spoke it with anyone after I learned the Spanish. So, let's listen to so I used my magic, you know, in my dream I had magic. Chill out, dude. Let me check on my time first before I continue on. Shit. Excuse my language. I'm gonna speed it up here because I know the dream's almost done. So I used my magic to translate what he was saying, and I also used my magic to translate what I was saying into Spanish for him, so he could understand what I was saying. But when he spoke Spanish, I kind of had a feeling he was saying, "Don't pull it." Either that or, "How is it possible you want to stay alive?" Of course, he didn't really see me heal my wounds, so. After that, I told him, but after I did the translation magic, he said, "Don't pull it, otherwise you'll kill me, no matter no matter what you will try, you'll kill me," or something like that. And I said to him, "Don't worry, I know how to do this." Or no, I said, "Don't worry, I think I know how to do this. Just relax." At least I think I said just relax. So, I held the dagger with my right hand, and with my left hand, I used to heal his wound. And as I healed his wound, I started healing his wound first, and then pulled out the dagger. And then after that, I just healed the wound as I pulled the dagger out. It was fine. But after that, I really had to leave. So, as I grew up having these magical dreams, I had my own way of getting out of the dream. Because otherwise, I would have been just in the dream, frozen like a statue, heavy as a rock. Is I mean heavy as a rock? I know I weigh a ton. Not a ton, but a lot. Anyways, after I told him, oh, I remember him finding out that I wasn't Shauna. Yeah, I don't remember what I said, but I know he found out that I wasn't Shauna and was surprised at what I could do. Because he didn't know what Shauna looked like. This is weird. And then after I told him that I had to go, I stood up and started running off. And as I ran off, I jumped and disappeared like magic. And that's kind of pops my, as I would imagine it would pop my dream body into my reality body. Makes me feel whole. Alright, I guess that is all. Damn it, and it's 30 minutes long. Oh, make it 34 if I include the intro. Oh well. See you guys Friday. And I'm pretty sure that Friday will be only 20 minutes. Tops. I'm gonna see that. No song this time, because this is not a vlog. I have Journey to the Past memorized. No. I'm not gonna sing that. Ooh, I do have one. I just really want to finish this with a song. Here's something I know. A song that's actually pretty short. It's kind of like a ballad. Actually, it is a ballad. It's from a game I own called The Curse of Blackmore Manor. If you haven't played it, play it. It's awesome. If you like that kind of ghostly, haunting thing. Sorry. Alright, this ballad is called Bridget's Ballad. And bear with me if my singing voice sounds hoarse, because I've been talking for 30 minutes. Alrighty. Bridget, with her eyes so bright, looks through heaven at midnight, on the longest night of the year. That is what she holds most dear. Starry friend, she's often heard to say, how I wish that I could make you stay. Though she knew they can't remain, time will bring them round again. Alright everyone, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night.